with it, lads.
Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. Well, you're watching as this battle has already commenced, and yes, we managed to get the sound working for the engines. You're looking at a G2 SP, a Tier 7 Japanese tank destroyer. It's located on the northeast corner of Oyster Bay, and it's under the command of Annoying Git of the WDRGN clan. Now, there's two types of gun you can actually have with this tank destroyer, either a 75mm or a 105mm. That looks like a big 105 to me, and that should be 320 Alpha, and that's correct, 205mm of pen. With the premium rounds, it's capable of doing 244mm of pen, and yep, he just tried a speculative shot. The enemy wasn't actually in sight. And now he's knocking down the palm trees, which would actually normally give away his position. But yes, I think he's learned that he can't do that with impunity. Well, there's an emplacement there which is kind of in the way, and another one over that direction. And of course we can see all the aircraft, but oh, lovely shot there! He got the SP1C for 311, which is a low roll. Not sure if he's got somebody behind him. No, he doesn't. That was just to knock down the structure. You can see that this tank destroyer does have a weak spot, a big cupola on the right hand side, and it sticks out like a sore thumb, so you don't want the enemy to shoot at that. And so going around a left hand corner can actually be quite dangerous to you. Ideally, you want to go the other side round to hide your cupola from the enemy. Well, Annoying Git, and yes, you couldn't have a more English name than Annoying Git, because it is such a British saying. He's actually decided to push on the enemy, and he's now well in sight, but this SP1C, he's now trapped. Nope, missed it with that shot. Our SP1C is having a bit of fun, but there's nowhere for that guy to go, and that's the end of him. Unfortunately, the E25 managed to get a 75mm round into us, and managed to pick up 150 off that. Now, the standard reload is 7.86 seconds. That's for the 105mm, and you can see that he's managed to get a reload of 6.66, which is the number of the devil, or is it the fax number of the beast? I can't remember which. Okay, the E25 is only a short distance away, but he could do tremendous damage. But if he does, it's more likely going to get picked up by our teammates who are behind us. And it's actually a very aggressive tank destroyer, this one. As they say, it's got a two-dimensional battle play, which is to batter the enemy to pieces. Okay, when he gets a ram as well as a hit, 71 hit points in the ram, and he's running away, only to get absolutely wiped out. And now we've got a VK, well, he's cornered now, there's nothing he can do. He can't escape without going round us, and I don't think he will escape now. I think he's going to be the next fatality. We're 4 up on the enemy, no, 3 up on the enemy now. But I think the north side of the island is about to be fully clear.
Hello there, little friend.
Now, it's a bit deep round here. It's across. Using those wrecks. Okay. Oh! Well, I don't know how he managed to do that, but he managed to get the shell into the enemy, even though he wasn't shooting directly at it at the time. I think the shell must have ricocheted off the ground, but he's now taken an 88mm round from that BK, but he's finished him off. So he now has 2 kills. This is one of 2 replays featuring the G2 SP. I don't believe this was one of the tank destroyers that we actually considered when we were looking at the Japanese armour way before they even brought the Japanese tech tree into the line. As you may know if you're a member of What RT Noobs, all the way back in 2016, we actually did an analysis of all the Japanese tanks and which ones were most likely to feature as self-propelled guns in the game. And well, we found their Arty, a Hummel, and he takes one shot and he's out the game, so a one-shot kill. If we hadn't killed him, our Arty would have. Okay, the 88's over there. And it looks like the enemy's done rather well on the south side of the island, and maybe we ought to go round and attack them from the rear. There's only 5 of them left, and it appears they're all down in the south. Our guys are all round in the north, and if we were to go to the cap circle, we would probably get interrupted by the enemy. However, if we go round and attack the enemy from the rear, one of our teammates will probably do the same in cap, and that will save and win the game for us. Oh, that's a bit dangerous. That could have done some damage to us. I'm not sure where he's going down here, because there are 5 enemy tanks actually shown on the screen. Or are my eyes deceiving me? I think he's looking for the enemy Arty, the M44. That's what he's gone hunting for. He wants a Vespucci's medal. Well, he's anticipated the guys over here, but no, I think he's actually the other side. Those enemy tanks are going towards our cap area now. We do have enough people to defend it, but it would be more helpful if they were actually coming over this side to help us deal with the enemy. Well, they got the 88. Maybe this M44 knows where his WP is, and he's actually advancing with his teammates. That could actually be a reality. Of course, members of What RT Noobs know how to advance, and of course they're very successful when they do. But it's funny because you don't often see it in other players, other Arty players. They seem to forget that they do have the ability to move around the battlefield. Well, Annoying Git is ignoring the cap area. Not sure where that was aimed. So now there's 4 left on either team, and they're coming close to the cap area. If one of our RTs has actually joined us in the cap, we would have finished this game by now. Or alternatively, he could have gone up behind the enemy and started hitting them from that direction, from the rear, and they wouldn't have liked that, but there's not a lot they could do about it. So it looks to me like he's going to try and go to the cap area and get an interrupt. I'm not sure why our SMV CC56 and Churchill 7 aren't doing the same, aren't going for the interrupt. There's 2 in the cap at the moment, but I suspect that there'll be 3 in the cap very shortly. And our AMX-13F3 is being molested. Yep, there's a tank destroyer chasing after him, so that has to be the SU-152. And in fact, he's killed him. So that Arty player did not know that he had the W key, and sadly, he's missed out as a result. He could have been over in the cap. Well, we've not found the M44 yet. And we're about to see the enemy in our cap area. Oh, and we found him. And he goes out. That's Vespucci's medal. Now, all we need to do is keep below the bush line, and then we can start getting interrupts. One of the enemies left the cap area. The Churchill just got killed. And so that means the SMVCC has just managed to get himself a Defender medal. The enemy is now capping again. That has to be the IS, because the SU-152 is around the other side of the map. In fact, he's attacking the SMVCC-56, who's been remarkably inactive during this game. And that SU-152, well, he was full health, but he isn't anymore. Now, where's the IS? He's in the bushes, isn't he? There he is. Okay, put around to his rear. Oh, flop that shot. Yeah, unfortunately, we mucked that one up, and he's going to back out of here. Yep, he's going to back out of the cap area, and we've lost the chance to get a Defender. That's unfortunate.
That's shut their mouth. Found ya, you sneaky geezer.
So we're sitting in our own cap, and it's just us. What's the other one? The Churchill 7 and the SU-152. He's certainly been on a tour. I would have encouraged that AMX-13 F3 to get in the cap whilst he went and started rogering the enemy in the rear, and that would have been a much better ending to this game than what's actually happened. But some shell was just fired in our general direction. Must be the SU-152. He's being cautious now. And there's the SU, and he knows we're here.
Get in there.
And we're going to take a hit. But we blocked it, and he got around back into the lower plates.
Hello there, little friend.
Now this is where this tank becomes very aggressive. That's 2 shots in for no reply from the SU-152, or no penetrative reply. And he got the last kill, and that's the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a first-class tanker for Annoying Git in the Chi-2 SP. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 7. He got a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, and a fire for effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle. He did pick up a cheese medal because he killed both enemy SPGs, first the Hummel, then the M44, and then he got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. In fact, he got 6 exactly. It would have been nicer, actually, if he'd also managed to get a Defender medal. Unfortunately, when he killed the M44 where he did, our teammates then took the opportunity to get the reset, and so the SMV CC56 probably is showing our Defender medal that should have belonged to us. Let's have a look at the scores. Well, the highest damage was 3,370. That went to Annoying Git. Second highest damage was the SU-152, 3,013 hit points. And the third highest damage, well, that actually belongs to the AT7 on our team with 2,359. The SMV CC56, yep, there's the Defender. That should have belonged to Annoying Git, but he didn't prioritize where he went after shooting the M44. If he'd actually killed the M44 outright, he could have moved towards the bushes and got the shot on that IS to get the reset before the SMV CC56 got the chance to do it. When it came to kills, he got the highest number of those, 6 kills. 4 kills went to the SU-152, 3 kills went to the IS, and when it came to base XP, he managed 1,441. He was the only one to get over 1,000 base. The next highest being the AT7 who got 999. And after that, it was actually the SU-152 with 765 in third place. He got 23 shots fired, 14 direct hits on the enemy, 12 penetrating shots, 3,370 hit points of damage, of which 646 were at more than 300 meters. He received 5 hits from the enemy, 3 of which penetrated, 1 non-penetration, and 1 hit by way of splash damage. The non-pen was the shot from the SU-152. It could have done a lot of damage, but he was lucky that it didn't pen, and that guy had a long reload afterwards, during which, of course, Annoying Git was getting nice shots into him. 3 enemy vehicles were spotted, though mostly the Arty. 7 enemy vehicles damaged, 6 killed, and 240 hit points of damage assistance in the game. On a free-to-play account, he actually made 33,769 credits profit from that one, and he got 2,882 experience points out of it as well. And it did almost go down to the wire because it was actually 12.5 minutes to finish the game. I think it's because he did such a long tour of going around the houses trying to find out where the other Arty was. If you look at the scores, you can see that he did actually get the top in all 3 columns in that game. So he did do well, but I think it was a bit, how should we say, well, he was very aggressive with the way he played. And he actually put himself at risk several times during the game, and he probably didn't need to do that. But all the same, it did come out right in the end. Again, that moment when he came across the IS, and he could see the IS, but if he just held on just for a moment, he could have actually then stayed where he was, brought the gun down to aim at the rear of the IS. If the IS had stayed where he was, at that moment he would have got a reset, and possibly even isolated or immobilized the IS, and then got the kill without actually having to take a round from him. So, a good first game from Annoying Git in the Cheetah. Let's have a look at the second replay. The second replay is on the Westfield map. We're on the west spawn of an encounter game, and the commander of this one is Beety.
For the king, for the baboons.
Game on. Sounds like skill. Beety's in platoon with Saturn's VAC in the T28 HTC. In fact, they're the only platoon on our team. There is a platoon of Skoda T25s on the enemy team. And it looks like he's going closest to the wall, getting ready to encounter the enemy. Trying to use those natural bushes and trees as cover. Trouble is, if you reverse back, it actually raises the rear of the vehicle, which actually drops your ability to raise the gun towards the enemy. And in fact, the RT fires at us straight away. First shot, yes!
Shot.
And that's a good hit for the first round, but it's a low roll. Remember 320 Alpha. T29 blocks the shot. Tier 7 game with Tier 6 tanks.
Keep it up.
And the T150 takes a high roll. Yep, and he gets one into the Juno as well. Again, a low roll. Tiger. Not sure what happened there. That's better.
Excellent shot.
Low roll again. This T150 keeps taking damage. And that's a high roll again. And he gets one on the turret on the Tiger this time. And he's ignoring... no, he's thinking about doing... T29's just bouncing the shots. At least he's blocking them. There's an enemy Cheetah SP out there. And he managed to get that one into the tracks. And track the guy. And tracked him again. And he's tracked him again. He is getting damage assist because once he's tracked this guy, he's starting to receive fire, and he's actually receiving fire from our platoon mate of all people. So we got the damage assist from our teammate. It does have good frontal armor, the G2 SP. The only weak spot really is that cupola on the right side of the vehicle, which is diabolically bad. Already up to 2,300. Now he's up to Well, I think that was an assist.
Unlucky.
Didn't get through the armor again. Yes, I'd ignore that Tiger 1 and the other guy over to the other side for the moment. He's decided to abandon that position for the moment, and he's joining his platoon mate. We're pushing the enemy back down, so if we actually cut them off by going around, then as they fall back down the hill, they're going to go under our guns. They found another enemy tank. In fact, we've got a good position here on the G2, and it's a low roll for 301. He's got to hide that cupola though. He blocked that shot, the G2, and now our teammate is in the way. Oh, he just took a hit from the Arty. The enemy Arty is an AMX-13 F3AM, by the way. They've already lost their Hummel. And there he goes, taken out by our T-28. The enemy is capping, but I don't think that's going to help them. We're 3 up on them at the moment. And in fact, there's only the Tiger 1 just around the corner to our left. We're ignoring him. We're going to go to the cap. But there they are. And he punches one into the G2. And we take one back. He's also got the 105mm gun. Got another lower plate. You can see those enemies across the valley. Ooh, that was a VK-3001. We're actually blocking shots on our teammates at the moment. And he gets one into the G2. Or did he? No, he didn't actually. This one he should get. And in fact, he got a kill shot. And now the VK is a kill shot. No, somebody else takes it. Unfortunately, we lost our platoon mate. He got taken out by our Tiger 1. I think that was the same Tiger 1 that was to our left. There's somebody in this cap area. Is it the Tiger 1? There he is. Well, we've gone to grapple with him. And we've punched a hole clean through. And he goes down, but it's not to us. The kill goes to the Black Prince. Oh, and he took out the Skoda, or one of the Skodas. And that just leaves the AMX-13 F3AM as the last remaining enemy. As far as we can tell, he's over near here to the spawn area. So he's going to be in the corner. A pity we lost our platoon mate, but there's been some very aggressive play by beety. 4,500 of actual damage, 1,000 of block damage, and 1,400. There he is. Nice shot, first shot kill, and that wins the game for beety. Well, that was very aggressive play by beety in the G2 SP. Not quite as many awards as we saw for Annoying Git, but it was certainly a very good game. He got a first-class tanker. Also managed to get a shell-proof for blocking more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, and also surviving the war. And he got a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, as well as a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 11. And he got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. His win rate was 9,166, which was Super Unicum standard and quite a bit more. And he would have had more kills, but for the fact, of course, that his teammates were quickly snapping them up right at the end after he did most of the legwork by shooting them. It was a pity that he'd actually lost his platoon mate to that Tiger, the last one that was left. And of course, the moment he went into a grapple, he did get one big hit on the guy. But of course, it was bound to happen that somebody else would then seize the kill the moment he went to a one-shot, and he did. So let's have a look at the team score. The highest damage was 4,676, a very good score. And of course, that earned him the high caliber. Second highest damage was the T-29 on the enemy team with 2,468. And the third highest damage, well, that went to his platoon mate, in the T28 HTC, who got 1,511. When it came to kills, he actually shared the top spot with the Black Prince. And of course, remember, the Black Prince kill-stealed that Tiger 1 from him right at the end. So they both got 3 kills apiece. 2 kills went to the T3485 on his own team, and on the enemy team, the Tiger 1, the one that killed his platoon mate, he also got 2 kills. And there's his platoon mate, 1,511. He also got 1 kill in the game. He got 787 on the base XP. But look at that beautiful score there for beety of 1,480, which means he's the only player who managed to get over 1,000 base in the game, just like with Annoying Git. He managed to exceed the score, and so he's got the top in all 3 columns, just as Annoying Git did. Let's have a look at detail. 29 shots fired, 24 direct hits on the enemy, 15 pens, 4,676 hit points, of which 627 were at more than 300 meters. He received 8 hits from the enemy, 2 of which actually penetrated, 5 non-penetrations. So long as you get the enemy to hit the strong armor, you're okay. If they hit the cupola, you're in trouble. But he didn't receive any cupola shots. In fact, he was actually very lucky not to receive those, but he did get a few hits from the enemy Cheetah. 1,140 hit points of damage blocked by armor, 1 enemy vehicle spotted, 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 killed. He almost got a Confederate in that game. 1,443 hit points of damage assist, and he got 4 defense points when he reset the cap. On a free-to-play account, the same as Annoying Git, he got 30,853 credits profit from that game, and he also picked up 25 bonds for a mission achievement and 4,440 experience points out of that one as well. So both games were really good in terms of the results. And if we actually look at Annoying Git's score so we can see by comparison, you can see that he got 33,769 and 2,882. And you can see here, it's about the same. Slightly more experience points for beety, but he was in the thick of it, whereas with Annoying Git, he was picking them off one by one, and he only got into the thick of it right at the end with the IS and the SU-152. But either way, you can see how strong this G2 SP is. And if you're an Arty player, just try to hit the sides of the thing. Don't try to hit the front. Try to hit the sides, or if you can, aim for that cupola to try and get him that way. So yes, interesting tank. Nice games from both of them. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a like, and thank you for watching.